Firstly, a big welcome to all those that have joined the Social Housing Data Network. Today's theme is about AI, and it really comes about to an event that I attended on Monday, the Microsoft AI Tour. I was fortunate enough to attend it, and they really did talk about some of the key features of what they're releasing, and which is what I want to talk about today. Just some key facts, some things that I personally didn't know, was UK was ranked third in the global 2023 AI readiness. That means the public and private sector's readiness to indoctrinate and incorporate AI. On Monday, they also announced that Microsoft and UK government have signed a 5-year deal to support the new digital era. And you can see there the amount of money that can be added to the overall GDP. They also said for every pound spent on technology, digital skills, the return on investment is £5. And important to this, and what the government really want to do is growth, and part of growth is improving productivity. So, to talk about some of the new offerings. What they released on Monday, what they talked about on Monday, was Microsoft Copilot Studio, which is really an extension of their Copilot AI program. Others will be using this Copilot in their day-to-day work. Others will be using ChatGPT and other forms of AI. But this is their way of bespoking AI, generative AI, into your business. So what they say, it's a unified platform integrated with Azure AI Studios. It has a range of connectors, and I think they take pride in this, is the amount of connectors that you can add onto this. So your databases can be connected onto this platform. And then it'll provide that generative AI approach for you where you ask it a question and it gives you an answer. You can also plug in out of the box telemetry and systems into this as well. And this is the important part, really. It has industry wide governance and security to it, as you'd need for Copilot and AI, really. I like this image in particular. It reminds me of iRobot. If anyone's seen that film, it's getting pretty close, really. It does exactly this. And it introduces the concept of an autonomous field agent, something that they were quite proud of when they were talking about it on Monday. For me, it actually sounded fascinating, where what you would do is once you've done all your connections, you've added on all your external sources and internal, it pretty much acts as an agent for you. So you could type in a question, you could say, give me the top 10 rent arrears cases, type that in and it gives you that data. And not just a generative AI in terms of giving information, but also improving your productivity, which I'll talk about in a minute. So just to talk a little bit about the architecture, I won't spend too long on this for the non-technical people. It starts off with your Microsoft Entra, so anyone that's in your Microsoft Entra client, you then plug in a number of any sources that you want, really. So your traditional 365 Office products, Power Apps, Power Automate, Teams, any external like X. Not sure you want X in there, but any external sources as well. And then it pretty much builds your Azure bot service within there, which is your powerful bots. It uses OpenAI technology. And those that have got a Dynamics 365 CE already built into your systems, it connects nicely into this. And the important bit about this is, although it's going to be using Azure conventional language, when you come out the other end of this, it will use natural language. So you can type in natural questions in here as well. Just to bring this back to social housing then, so how this really got me thinking, and I thought, how can this be used then in social housing to improve not just customer experience but productivity as well? So example one is complaints. So this is what your autonomous field agent can actually do for you. So as soon as your complaint comes in, it does an automatic acknowledgement letter sent out. And again, you can use Power Automate for this as well. And then it generates a report about the complaint in full detail. The key thing here is that because it's using Azure AI, it'll actually recommend what the key driver to the main issue is. And of course, you don't just want your autonomous field agent doing all the work, you want that human interaction here as well. So the next stage of this is what it would actually determine if the complaint should be upheld, write a report about what action should be taken, remind the responsible officer of timescales, and then write the response letter. But this is where the human interaction is quite important, because this needs to be checked by the responsible officer to say, yes, this is correct. But it's a starting point, and it does the heavy lifting for you. I thought this would be fantastic to improve the process around complaints and make sure that you get them in timescales. But before you get to complaints, you also want to be doing this type of work, which I thought this would be great for, is a Copilot stack, is repairs. And repairs and complaints are the two big issues in housing at the minute. So another example that I thought of here was that as soon as a repair comes in, it's acknowledged. It uses a vector database to pick up images. So you would feed a long range of images into the vector database, and it'll actually pick up what that repair is based on the machine learning. It then picks up if this is a recurring repair. It looks at what other repairs have happened in the property. It finds your repair slot and recommends, and I think this is quite important, recommends maybe a more holistic approach. And it might say that you want to update the component. And then the human interaction comes in here. The surveyor would look at all these and agree them or amend them. So tests and trials, this is something that I'm going to be starting to do for my customers. And if there's anyone else who wants to get involved in these tests and trials, personally, I think it's a great time to do this. Social housing really should be at the forefront of generative AI and not tail behind other industries. Thanks for listening. Any questions, please put them in the post.